Alright, tonight we're making some cheese. The one we've chosen to make is a mozzarella style. Definitely not mozzarella itself because it's after a specific region. Here's a decent shot of the recipe if you can read it. Pause at your leisure. Got this one from my chef in class. Key things: milk that you simmer. Gotta have rennet, which you can get at any cheese supply place, or I don't remember exactly where we got it. Citric acid, same deal. For the salt, kosher salt is what I honestly prefer because it adds the stronger flavor and harder crystals. The regular table salt is iodized, so that has different flavor. And if you're doing like a lot of baking and other type of other type of heavy cooking that calls for salt, kosher uniodized salt is what is preferred. But honestly, if you're just adding it to taste at the end, go for the iodized salt, because one of the reasons why you iodize your salt is to prevent goiter, so it's a bit healthier for you in the long run too. Much like why sea salt is, because it has all the other salts in it. Key steps here. You also need a pot big enough for the milk. Like I said probably in an earlier cooking video, is you need choose your dishes and stuff big enough for your final product, and that's always a key factor for cooking, is make sure you have the right sized everything. And it just takes getting used to. Getting the rennet out for crushing. Just a quarter of the tablet. Oh wait, that's a bit too much. As far as I didn't have one open already. But, oh well. What did we use this for? Alright. Put that in. Rennet's going, and then get the milk going. For our stove, we have settings. We have the different power levels, and we'll want to start high and slowly get it down as the milk warms up, which in this case, because it's a full gallon, will take quite a while. But that's why we have our thermometer handy. And not a paid endorsement by Folgers. Oh yeah. Near frozen, so well, now we just stir and wait. Last thing, I forgot to add the citric acid at the start, so having a brief interlude here. Mom's helping with the stirring the milk while it's getting up to 88 Fahrenheit, not a real measurement system. And that's when we add the rennet. Should be filming again there. Sorry I cut off really quick. I had added the citric, but I had to throw it in before the milk got too hot. But yeah, you start just by putting your milk into the container big enough to hold it, and then add the citric when you're heating it to 88 Fahrenheit. Nothing too fancy there. One more really quick thing. If you saw a quick flash there, I had a package of mesophilic starter that's used for a different type of cheese that we've made in the past. We might do it again. And that sort of stuff is a bit more complicated than some of these easier ones to do, so who knows. But we might do it again. We have a makeshift press and molds and stuff, and anything we've made has turned out really good, including some disasters that have turned into very decent sour cream or like thicker creams and stuff that even if you make a mistake to making cheese, you can turn out really well. We've made some really good scalloped potatoes out of our mistakes. We like scalloped potatoes. Stir there. Temperature's about 88 Fahrenheit. And that's when we add the rennet in the water. Stir in, and we're going to 105, I think, as our final temperature. If you can get closer, you can see that there's some curds already forming, so that's a very good sign that the citric acid is working. And we have one recipe that's just milk and citric acid, I believe, and that turns out really good. Another recipe we have that's also really good is using lemon juice for lemon flavored cheese, and we had some really big lemons one year, and that produced a lot of really good juice for making cheese. And that's... The milk is currently heating to about 105, like I just said. Most cheeses that we've made at home usually go about the 105 to 120 at the hottest, I think. You don't really want to get too hot, or else you're killing off the rennet or the starter or any of that other stuff that's actually alive and making the cheese. That's also why you cool some of the stuff right away, is because you want to kill the stuff that was alive and formerly making cheese. Same sort of stuff is also used, the same yeast and stuff are used in like yogurts and beers and all of that, so that's another place to look if you can't find like a cheese supplier. I had something else I was going to mention too. Deep bowl would probably be better. At this point, it's got a whole bunch of really good curd going. We're giving a bit of extra time, and even added a bit more citric and rennet. Sort of reminded of the raft on top of a consomme when trying to get my whisk in. And I prefer using a whisk for stirring, even though you could probably use a spoon as well. Alright, about ready to drain and strain it. We have a very nice chinois there, and we line that with cheesecloth in a bowl to collect the whey at the end, because it's good for a whole bunch of other stuff, especially like our plants, and with the drought, that really is good for the plants. Oh yeah, we're out of that there. Just strain all this bit. pretend the counter's clean.
And you're just kneading that and draining off the water.
Yeah, kneading in some salt and doing that, you can it helps force out the whey a bit more, and then we put it back in a cheesecloth to drain. Alright, here's our final hanging after kneading. Usually don't knead it too much, just enough to get it into a good consistency and work the salt in, and then I usually just like hanging it like this most of the time and just go until this part isn't dripping anymore. And other than that, we'll just waiting. And here's our final product. Very soft, creamy, very tasty. We usually just put it in a simple container like this, and the cheesecloth can be reused if you clean it out really well. And that's this for making this kind of cheese. So hopefully you got all you needed to try it for yourself. It's really quick and easy, and for a cost of a gallon of milk, good present for family, so you don't have to get them anything super fancy, just in case you need something when the holidays come up. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you try the recipe for your own.